Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear English faculty. This video is based on the English book for the Cambridge, which has been just prescribed. And the purpose of this book is to help students on the new pattern. Now, the chapter 7 is based on directed writing, which is posing a great difficulty for all the students. Let's see that what is the part of directed writing and what is included in directed writing. This reading of the book and explanation will definitely help you to see that what is the aim of directed writing and how this directed writing is a different way of directed writing. We know that this time we have been given some text to read, and then by reading these text, we will be making our own viewpoint to write the directed task. So actually we have to discuss the ideas given in the text, we have to evaluate them, and we have to give our opinion. Now, after reading the text, we may be asked to write some article, we may be asked to write letter, email, speeches, and report writing. Then actually we will have to see that for whom we are writing, who are our different audiences. And I must tell you that the directed writing is actually a persuasive writing. Now, uh, persuasive writing is actually a way of convincing writing. Here you have to convince your reader to write something. Okay, so you have to see that how you can convince your reader. After this, we will have to see that how effectively we can use some conjunctions, and we can use some conjunctive adverbs, and that how we can use some helpful vocabulary to write properly. So this is going to be really very helpful. We will see the first-hand information from the Cambridge book. This chapter's introduction, it has been told very clearly that this directed writing is actually information and presenting a point of view. So you will learn how to judge and interpret ideas. You will see that how to deal with the facts and opinions and arrange them in a response. And you will also see that how to practice different types of directed writings. So it is for starting, we may choose some sample questions so that we can focus on it. The sample question here is that whether it is a good or bad for students to use or own mobile phones. So this is a very debatable topic. Some people may go in favor of this topic and some people will go against the topic. So what do we have to do? That first of all, on this topic, when it is given in the question, first of all, we should make our own mind that what is our idea about this. So we may jot down some points on this, like whether we think that the idea is good or not. And we may like work in a way that what I think, if I am in favor of it, I should write my point. And if I don't favor the idea, I'm against the idea, so I should give my own some bullet points. I should make some points of mine to say that what are my viewpoint. I mean, as a student, your mind should be clear on what is your own idea on the topic. So you may write some points in favor and in against, your own new points on favor and in against of it. So this work should be done so that your own mind is clear on writing it. Now, afterwards, when you have made your own viewpoints, then you should see that your directed writing is a task which is assessing your reading and your writing skill. Okay, so here you have to see that what is the information from the text you choose and you evaluate it. then how you express your own views, opinion, and ideas, and how will you use some appropriate structure. Like structure means that when you are doing directed writing, definitely you may be asked to write a speech, you may be asked to write a report or letter or email. So your structure should vary according to it. Definitely, I'll be discussing all the different structures so that you are properly guided for it. Then we have to see that what is the range of appropriate vocabulary which we can use. Our vocabulary has to be really good. And then the variety of sentences means that our writing should not be a combination of all small short sentences. Rather, it should be a mixture of some compound sentence, some complex sentence, some compound complex sentence, and no, definitely some effective short sentences. And I must tell you that if we are using conditional sentences, which is a type of complex sentence, the structure of complex sentence, those conditional sentence should not be wrong. So our sentences, they have to be grammatically correct. Then we see that how to use some suitable register, the way of writing, and then our spellings, they should go correct. This should go punctuation, and our vocabulary should go fine. So how can this all happen? This all can happen before, if we plan things effectively. Before writing, if we are clear that on this given topic, what are our certain viewpoints, and what is the idea on which, as a writer, you are going to write. So you should be very much clear about your own ideas. You should know that whether you favor the idea of young people owning and using mobile, or you don't favor this idea. So whatever your viewpoint it is, you should convince your readers on this idea. So while we are talking about directed writing, that includes two important skills. And now these two important skills are the reading skills and your writing skills both. Reading skills in a way that, because you will be given uh, different texts to read, and after reading those texts, I mean, you may be given two articles to read, and after reading those articles, you will see that these articles may present different viewpoints. You must have seen by so far's practice that the texts which you use to write your directed writings, they have mixed viewpoints. I mean, somewhere the ideas are in favor of mobile, and somewhere the ideas are against the mobile. So what you should do, that you should make a list of the ideas which are favoring the mobile based on the text, and you should make the points from the text which are going against the mobile. So you have now two grids. The first grid which you made based on your own ideas. And this is another, that column which you are making on the ideas given in the text. So text-based ideas. Now suppose that if you have 5 points or 6 points or 7 points, though the text does not contain these many points, talking about in favor of the mobile, and some points going against the mobile. So out of all, you choose that uh, I'm going to counter at least 3 to 4 points to make my point. Okay. So you have to see that and think about some strong counter arguments to make your point on your viewpoint. So remember that whatever it is, you are actually saving your viewpoint. You're convincing your readers on your own viewpoint. So that is really very important, that knowing this idea that you have to convince your readers on your viewpoint. So uh, you have to first of all read the text for the overall meaning, the text which are given. You have to see carefully that what is the viewpoint given in the text. You have to explore the details of the text and different points. You may jot down the way I have just told you. Then you have to think about who has written the text, who is, the author of the text, and how much do you value this person's authority. I mean, if it is some old person, you may say that the idea belongs to the old school of thought and it is not valid in today's time. So that is really very important, that who is the authority writing it. Then you have to see that how convincing or useful you find the ideas in the text. I mean, which are the ideas which are going to favor your viewpoint. They should be, correctly seen and marked. And which are the viewpoints which are going against your viewpoint. Suppose you say that young people should own mobile phones. So all the ideas going against owning the mobile phone should be marked, because afterwards you have to defend your viewpoint. You have to counter those arguments. So you have to give your own thoughts on the ideas. So in this case, you will have to see that you will definitely. So in getting starting activity, you present viewpoints about mobile phone. Part of the process of evaluation is reflecting on the ideas and thinking about the audience. You have to see that who is your audience, and accordingly you are going to see your language. Then you are going to discuss it. Definitely, it's a book. Here they talk about the pair work, but when we are writing, we are individually working, so we have to pay some time on discussing the points. Like, you may discuss that how your age and experience of using mobile has influenced your viewpoint. Like, I mean, as a user of the mobile phone, how do you feel that it's a useful device or not? And what are your strong reasons to support using the mobile? So then you're going to give some details on your viewpoint and what are your reasons which you give, and that how convincing each of your reasons are. Which one do you think are not persuasive? So you have to be, that as a lawyer, you have to defend your viewpoint. As a lawyer, you have to see that which points go in favor of my point and which ideas in the text are against my viewpoint, and I have to convince my reader, keeping the structure in mind on my viewpoint. So now we will see that how to evaluate certain thing. Okay, you see that one more very important point which I want to discuss here is that that some people take it as summary writing. I mean, like, they may go for summarizing the points given in the text and then doing a directed writing, which is completely a wrong idea. It's not a summary writing. When we talk about evaluations mean that you have to give your viewpoint on the ideas or opinions given in the text. Okay, so if they are against you, then you have to convince your reader on your viewpoint. You have to give counter arguments, right? So you noted the way in which main points can be identified and distinguished from the detail. That is good. This can be a good idea, that you may look at the points and see that, okay, they may help us in making my own arguments. When people present a point of view, they usually give a variety of reasons. So you have to provide a variety of reasons to your reader. The way you did in the getting started activity, tracking these reasons throughout a text and seeing how they build up to contribute to an overall view is one of the first things you should do to read. Then you have to see that while reading that, what are the facts and what are the opinions. Okay, although some hard facts like statistics are used to support viewpoint, writers also often use opinions. Excuse me. Generalizations of selected factual material. They choose facts or examples to suit your viewpoint or give journal statement that appear factual but are really, opinion. So we have to see that which part of the text is an opinion, which part of the text is an idea.